Hello, my name is Slobodanka Todorovic and my student number is 36660140. This is a video for the subject CULINS 501A, Research and Analyze Information to Meet Customer Needs. For the assessment task 4, which is search demonstration, I will demonstrate a search to Dragon. Dragon, turn the camera. Okay, and he will be my student today, who is researching negative effects mobile phone use have on young people. So I will show him some of the databases that I have used on tafe e-resources platform, and I was just showing him. Okay, so these are e-resources platform. On most public library websites and other library websites, e-resources are only available to library users and they can be logged in with a library card. So one of the resources that I wanted to show Dragon is this one called EBSCOhost, and tafe platform will have several ones. Okay, so it says choose a database. So I will choose a database which will give me some Australian content, which means the student is researching the effects of mobile phone use on students in Australia. So this is one of the Australian resources. So I will just click on Australia New Zealand Reference Centre, which says here that it combines Australian magazines, newspapers, newswires and reference books to create the largest collection of regional full text content available to libraries in Oceania. Okay, so I will just click on Australia New Zealand Reference Centre. And this is our search bar. I would recommend to Dragon to use 3 keywords, which are mobile phones and negative for negative effect and young people. These keywords are very basic. If students encounters problems searching for these keywords for the content, I would recommend that they actually use synonyms for these words. So for example, mobile phones can be cellular phones, negative can be opposite or harmful, and young people can be teenagers, youth, and so forth. And I will just press search. Okay, so here are some of the articles that have been stored in Australia New Zealand Reference Centre, and they are related to these topics, and we will see that in subject some of these keywords that I've entered have shown up. And when I scroll down, there are similar articles from different sources and different journals. Okay, so but I would recommend to Dragon to use advanced search. Advanced search will break down the search and help narrow it down. So I'll just clear this, and as you can see, the search is broken down into 3 components, and there are some Boolean phrases here in search aids. Okay, and as we can scroll down, we can see how the search can be broken down or narrowed down. So we can search by publication type, by publication date. So if the articles are needed within that have been published within the last 10 years, they can be found here. and also we can find black and white photographs, color photographs, which will be needed for this research. So as we scroll up, I will enter the same keywords again. So mobile phones, and then you see "and" is already here, negative, and then we'll see young people. And I will press search. Search. Okay, so that should bring up some results for us. So these are some of the similar results that we have found previously. And these two top results for me are too narrow. I would concentrate on something like this, which is a study done by Australian Journal of Psychology. And as this researcher requests, they actually need some real statistics and research journals. So this is one of them. And this is, it can be an academic journal, but I think that some of the content here can be used by young people, teenagers, and high school students. And we can also see here in images, there's some real-time data and graphs collected by the researchers. And I would recommend this as one of the sources for the bibliography for this research, because it can be broken down and simplified, and it will actually give some real information that can be trusted to the student, and it actually covers all the aspects of negative impacts of cell phones or mobile phones on young people. And I think it's directly related to the subject. If a researcher encounters difficulties, they can actually use these subject terms, which can be very useful to broaden or to narrow down the search. And one other very, very interesting item from here is that there's a description of, which is called abstract, of the actual journal, and here is a PDF full text, so entire journal is actually here. And also here there's a citation tool. So these different tools can help you do whatever you need with a document, but this one is very useful because it will reference the document for you, and it will reference it according to how it needs to be referenced. For example, there's Harvard that we use in TAFE New South Wales. So this is one of the items that I've presented in the bibliography, and I think it should be very, very useful in this research. If you do get stuck, so again, you can use these subject terms to guide you, or you can see some of our other general databases here. Okay, so this one we need for the Australian content, which is Australian New Zealand Reference Centre, but there's also some of them called by Gale, Academic One file. So that will be very helpful. Okay, and then there's another one that I found very, very useful in this search. So these are EBSCO host databases, which hosts Australian New Zealand Reference Centre. And there's another one that I found very, very useful, which is a ProQuest. So ProQuest is a database which is similar to EBSCO host, and it will allow us to search journals and articles and magazines for these different subjects. So I think this will be helpful for the research. Thank you.